Good, good, good. So yesterday was the first practical session that you have started, right? How many of you completed? So I know there might be few people already working, and people already working. They might be uh, this
Just tried with one defect
okay,
to have an experience, but due to work, I couldn't do.
okay, yes, yes, no problem. I'll tell you one. Okay, I'll tell at end of the session. So let's continue. Okay, so the reason why I'm more specific on especially this defect tracking tool. So you're going to showcase in the resume. You'll be showing this defect tracking tool in the resume that you have worked on a Zoho will be your. Please make sure this Zoho is the trial version that you are currently working on. It allows only 10 days trial period. If possible, please record your sessions. Please record your raising the defects, downloading the bug report, record that session and keep it in your local system. This will be very, very important. Whenever you go for an interview, people will ask, definitely, they'll ask, what kind of defect tracking tool you worked on? And you should tell, I have worked on a defect tracking tool called as Zoho. So you should be able to take screenshots of all the Zoho homepage, Zoho de facto homepage, everything. Take a screenshot or a recording, screen recording, and keep it in the local machine and prepare some notes. You have home. People will ask if you are a genuine or a fake experience. People will try to know. Can you tell me what is the homepage Zoho homepage contains? Can you tell me what are the fields in defect tracking tool are there? Can you tell me how do you comment? So take a screenshot, make some notes for yourself, keep it for the interview. People will ask definitely. You will put this in the in the resume. Whenever we are going to prepare the resume, right? Whenever we are going to prepare the resume, 2+3+ experience, we will be placing the defect tracking tool in your resume, and it will be very very difficult. I'm telling you again, this will be very very difficult. So practice, raise defects, download the bug report, understand the fields of each, understand how are you going to raise the bugs, understand how you are going to download it, understand what are the different fields of no the bug report. Very very important, guys. Don't take this as light. See, I cannot keep on asking you in the WhatsApp. Did you do the defect raising? Did you download the bug report? It's up to you. I gave a practical session. I gave what to do. I told you to send the bug report to my email address. I don't know how many people have followed it on this, but yes, it's up to you whether you want to follow it or not. My job is to let you know. I have not received any of the. Uh, I received only one or two. So please make sure others, if you are occupied, please work on this practical session. This is very very important. So kindly fix that you'll be working on a Zoho defect tracking tool for your interview purpose. Okay, hope that is clear, everyone.
Yes, Vinay.
If you're not done yesterday, kindly sit, kindly sit and understand each and every field of Zoho, what is going on, and what are the different fields. People will ask in the interview. Please explain about defect dragging tool. Can you please tell me what are those fields? Can you please tell me how do you raise a defect? Can you please tell me how do you attach screenshots? People want to know whether you are fake or a genuine. Okay, so I gave a real-time practice session for you. Okay, all right. Uh, okay, so I guess
Vinay,
today I want you to be, yeah, who's that? Yes,
can
go
you
ahead,
name
Nandita.
few defect tracking tools? Can you name few defect
We
tracking
have
tools?
See, we have Jira, which is used real time. Jaira.
Postman also. Nas Navina.
And the first one is not the defect tracking tool.
Okay.
It is Jira, Jira. We have QC, we have Bugzilla. Sometimes people use Gemini. There are a lot many tools. Just see, it's not about the tool. The bug life cycle remains same, irrespective of Jira, irrespective of QC, Bugzilla, anything. We have something called as Mantis. Okay, but most of the projects we use Jira. It is right now trending. In every project, you see Jira a lot. People used to use Bugzilla. It is free of cost, but it is deployed on server. You cannot download on your local machines. QC was the again previously it was very high. Uh, People used to use QC, but again that depends on the licensing budget of the project. People generally go for free tools, and sometimes now Jira. And now it is trending. Zoho is getting into market. Zoho is getting into all kind of areas. Okay, uh, so you stick to one because you will not get free of cost. You may get Jira, but Jira needs lot of work. Project needs to be set up. Then you need to have some basic license. I suggest go with Jira. You already have it. You can create a new with your new email address. Try to create a new trial version, and you'll get 10 days of use. Try to explore. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. So what you see, guys, my screen. It is notepad, right? Right.
Yes,
Yes,
Vinod.
Vinod.
Okay. So, guys, so today's session will be at most important for your career. Okay. So I'll try to put it in a very simplest way, but I need your full attention. I need your full attention, full concentration. This is the this is your it's a go-to very important where you will keep on looking in these areas, whatever we are discussing throughout your testing career. So this will be throughout your bio. This will be your Bible, Quran, or Bhagavad Gita, whatever way you want, whatever you call it. Okay. If someone is having network issue, quickly rejoin back or complete your recordings if you have missed out anything. Okay. Now, all right. The first question. Okay. First question. I'll have few questions on the notepad and we'll discuss. Now, uh, how to validate, right? How to validate an application. Okay. Working fine or not. So how are you validating? How are you validating whether a project or application is working fine or not? What we are doing? We are writing the test cases,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
We are writing the test cases. Yes or
Test
no?
case.
Test cases.
Yes.
Yes, Vinod.
Now, to write the test case, what do you need? You need a template, right? You need a template, correct? This is very important document which you will be working throughout your testing career. You will open the test case, you will write the test case. You will write, you'll execute. You write, you execute. Correct? This test case document will tell you how your application is working. Example, if your test case template right, has 10 defects out of 20, your application is not working properly, correct? 50% there are bugs. But let's say out of 100 test cases, only one test case is failed. 90% test cases are passed. Your application is almost working fine. Only one defect it is there. This picture, which document is giving? Test case template. Correct? Test case is giving you that understanding. Are you clear on this? Are you clear on this?
Yes,
Yes, yes.
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 Right? Right. Okay. Now we understand. Now we understand the test case template. Now, what is a template? What is the template? Right? We already saw one template. Now, can you see an Excel sheet on the screen? An Excel sheet on the screen? Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
different colors. Okay. So
Yes, yes.
please remember, this is not important, right? Your company should be having these fields. Your company will be following this template only. Every organization will have different templates. Okay. Now, very importantly, who maintains these templates? Who will make sure that you are using the correct template? If you are using the correct template, who will validate? Yes, this tester is using the correct template suggested by the organization. So that is where you find QA versus QA. Now, what is QA versus QA here? This sometimes this is right. What's the full form is this? Full form of this quality analyst, correct?
Quality analyst.
But what is this full form? Quality assurance. Someone go on mute. Who is it? Kavita, can you please go on mute, please?
Yes.
Kavita, right, thank you. Okay, now this you have to understand the difference. What is quality analyst
Yes.
and what is quality assurance? Right? In the small companies, both are same. No one will care whether it is quality assurance team, whether it is a quality analyst team, right? But in a big organizations like MNCs, Cognizant, Wipro, Wells Fargo, TCS, and all, they have a different team. What is the role of this? Now, this person generally test the applications. He'll write the test cases, right? Whatever you're learning right now, this is what the responsibility lies with. You will write the test cases, you will raise the defect, you will publish the bug report, you will follow the client requirements, you follow the SDLC process. This is the role of a quality analyst. But at a high level, what is quality assurance, right? Now, this is the team where they conduct auditing, which is internal auditing. Every 3 months, there will be audits. Randomly, one project will be selected by the SQA manager. Who is the SQA manager? It is the software quality assurance manager. SQA manager. Sorry for the spelling mistake. Please don't mind. I will be typing in little hurry. Okay. By the way, I'm little good at writing emails and without any spelling mistakes sometimes. Right. This SQA manager will have a random pick. Let's say there are 10 projects running in an organization. Randomly, they'll pick one project for internal auditing. Now, what happens here? The moment one project is picked, the project manager will be informed. Hey, see, Mr. John, the project manager, the SQA team will inform John, hey, John, your project is now being selected for the auditing purpose. Now we'll be conducting an audit on your project in next coming example, one a week after or second week in a particular day. What they will verify? They will verify whether the project is properly following the guidelines of organization, whether they're following proper documentation, whether they are following proper templates suggested by organization, whether whether the documentation versioning is properly followed. Okay, versioning is properly followed. Now, now whether they are following based on the life cycle of the project. Example, if the project is in SDLC second phase, now second phase, which is now analysis phase. In analysis phase, what document is the output? Whether the document is available in the repository. Okay, so vice versa, every project will have lot many documentations to follow to maintain effectively. So it's not like you have documentation lying in the folder, but that is not being updated. Okay. Now the responsibility of the QA team, again, quality assurance team, which performs auditing, which happens every 3 months. This will be interview question. People will ask, were you part of any auditing team? Right? So this will be a good understanding. The interview will be happy if you say that yes, apart from your testing and application, this is then small companies will have additional roles and responsibilities. Yes, I was part of SQA team. I was part of SQA team where I used to perform internal auditing. What happens in the internal auditing? So they'll out of a few projects, they'll pick one project which internally which are running, they'll do an internal auditing. What is agenda of that auditing? We'll make sure that this person will connect with the project manager and the SQA audit person, right? Questions the manager. Hey manager, can you show me what documentation you're following? Can you show me the templates that are using for the test cases? Can you show me whether the test cases template or if you are maintaining versioning correctly, right? Can you show me what phase of the project right now it is? Whether it is in this stage, if it is that particular stage, what kind of documentation you're maintaining, right? This is very, very important. Anything, any document which is missing, if the project is not following the proper guidelines, they'll issue a notice called as NC, which is non-conformance. Okay, they will issue a notice called as NC. That NC, nothing but example, if the order founds, right, one document is not being followed properly, they'll issue, hey project manager, we found one document you are not following properly. So hence we are issuing the non-conformance. You have to update this document by within these days. Now, the more number of NCs given to the project, it means that that project is not performing well in terms of maintaining the documentation. The project manager will be questionable. The audit report will be submitted to the organization. The organization will question the project manager why the person is not maintaining the documents. So again, here your responsibility is to act in a multiple teams, multiple role. As a QA, you will be testing the application monthly to twice or thrice. You will be assigned auditing work if it is small companies. Okay, you can put it. You can put this in your resume also. I was part of SQA team. I was part of internal auditing. But what is the use of this auditing? Right? Every 3 months there will be internal audit, and every every 1 year or 6 months or 9 months there will be external audit. External audit, if you heard of, right, companies having ISO certifications, right? ISO 6 Sigma certification, right? So quality certifications. It means that if you look at the 1 minute, okay. How many emails are coming? Just 1 minute. And so, if it all it is related to an industry, food industry, right? So food industry, there will be license issued, food license, right? So there will be food inspection every 6 months or 3 months. They'll see how good you're maintaining the quality standards. The same way, IT industry has a few certifications, IS 9001, ISO 9002. So those are all given based on external audits. What they do, they look at everything. How are we maintaining the company? How are we maintaining the building? How are we maintaining the cafeteria? How are we maintaining the desk of the employees? How are we maintaining the healthiness? How are we maintaining the documentation? How are we maintaining everything will be checked in external audit to make sure that to make sure the external audit goes well, right? The internal audit is done to make sure that we are adhering to the external auditing policies. Okay. Hope you got an idea of what is SQAT and what is QAT. Though both pronounced QA
Yes,
and QA, assurance, quality assurance has a different roles and responsibilities. Quality analyst will have a different roles and responsibilities, right? But in real time, in the small organizations, both this QA and QA work together. Both are the same thing. In the bigger organizations, there will be separate SQA team working only on the auditing part because there are hundreds of projects in the organization. They will be auditing every week one project. It's a lengthy process. I'm just giving you an overview of what is the SQA process. Hope you got an idea now, everyone. Any doubt here?
No, no,
Guys,
it's
no.
No.
clear.
not sleeping,
Yes, sir.
right? Right. Now let's come back to our actual discussion now. Now, how are we making sure that the application is valid, working fine? We are following a document called as test case template. Who will give this document? Now we know that a SQA team will be there where the documentation templates are maintained. Right here, not saying that they'll maintain the documentation, they'll maintain the template. Please make sure that they'll maintain the template. The template you will be using to write the test cases. Correct? Now, what is a test case? The test case template that we saw sometime back. Now, every test case is a template which is defined by the organization. Now, what it contains, right? It contains a project name. What is the project name you're working on? Example TLC, example e-banking, e-commerce, whatever is the name you will be seeing here. The module, what you're currently writing the test cases, admin module. The example is here, admin module, where the admin, what are features comes under admin, you are going to write the test cases. Now, this is the document reference, very important. Now you can see here FRS V1.0 admin test cases. Now, what is this first line, guys? What is this first line here? Can someone tell me? What is this first line?
Version.
What is this first line?
E-banking administration.
Version.
E-banking administration FRS.
Please
Version.
tell me complete naming. Voice
Functional
is breaking. I
requirement
don't know who's talking.
application version 1 is a functional requirement spec document with version 1.
Yes, others can hear properly. I don't know. I can't hear. Oh, someone talking. Okay. So let me tell you. This is how they versioning. Here, see, I said right. What is the version here? How they maintain? Here is the main application name or the project name where the current module they are testing. What is the FRS here? FRS is a functional requirement specification document.
Functional requirement
Now, what
specification.
version they are referring to? It is version 1.0. Now, example tomorrow there is a example there is tomorrow a change in the requirements, right? No, the version will become 1.1. This is the
1.1.
older requirement. Now, this is the document which has the recent change in the requirement. So, while writing the test cases, it is the tester's job to go through what is the actual requirement, what was the change happened in the requirement. Otherwise, if you don't go through this document, if you write the test cases based on this document, you will find a lot of defects, right? Because there is a change in the requirement. You did not follow the change. Because of that, you will raise too many defects. And then developer will say, hey, testing team, you forgot to read the new version of the FRS document. There is some changes. Please go through that change and write the test cases. Don't just raise the defects just like that. Just because the defect is free of cost, you cannot raise the defect. Okay, you have to be very, very careful while raising the defect. Okay, now coming back to the test case template. Now we understood that you have to refer. You see the fields. Okay, don't go with this fields as it is now. Different organization will have a different test case template. This might be the case. The sample template I'm going through tomorrow, your template might be different. Okay, but if you go to the interview, right? This will be the interview question. Can you please explain the test case template? What are the fields of the test case template? You should be thorough. You should just tell, just like that, yes, there is a test case ID, test case description, test name, test data, test description again, expected actual status. You would be able to explain what are these fields. That is where we are discussing now. Write a notes in your notebook somewhere. You feel you should modify. It should be on your fingertips. Okay. Now, who is the author? The author name is empty here. Who is the author? You have to write the name of your, right? If you are writing a test case, write the test case. Now, there will be one more field in few companies called as review. Now, what is a review? Once you write the test cases, who is reviewed your application? Sorry, who has reviewed your test cases? It means your lead or obviously your manager will be reviewing your test cases. Right now, hope we are very much clear on this. You should butify these fields. If somebody is asking, can you explain the test case template? This is where you'll be working most of your time, right? And if you fail to explain what is a test case template, then the interview itself is a failure. Right? If you don't know what is a test case template fields, then there is no point. There is no point. There is no point you going for an interview. It clearly shows you are a fake candidate. So you should be very, very thorough. Write this in a notebook. These fields you should butify, like you butified in your olden days, right? X is a square plus b square plus 2ab, a square plus like this. You have to butify these fields. Someone is asking, what is a template? You should be able to tell on your fingertips. Now, what is the test case ID? Every test case that you write in the template will have a ID. Now, ID starts with very, very important, guys. This is where you been differentiated between your fake and experienced people, right? You should know how you define your test cases. That shows you are more professional, more experienced tester, right? Please do not write any spell checks, any spelling mistakes, any grammatical errors while writing an email, while writing a test cases, while chatting with someone. Try to avoid mistakes. Okay, as a tester, you should not be making those silly mistakes. Developer can make lot many mistakes, but as a tester, you cannot make. Right. It starts with the TC 0001. You have to check before you starting any test cases writing, right? You have to approach your test case, your lead or your colleague, ask him what is the naming convention. Are they writing theses like this? Are they writing this many zeros? Right? What way they are writing? You have to take that as an example and put it here while writing the test case. Now, obviously, you have to write like this underscore when you write multiple texts. Now, this is differentiating, right? What is differentiating? Now, this is the main application. This is a sub application. Inside that home page, I have a visitor links. This is the you have to write the navigation. This is how you have to write the test case. This is your test case ID. This is your project name or the application name. This is your sub application name. Inside the application, which page you are referring. Inside the page, what are you referring? Right? Uh, there is no hardcore rule that you have to use home page or you have to write. Example, if you want to uh, like this, you want to put like this underscore or hyphen or something, right? It is not defined anywhere that you have to write, but it is all the best practices. This is no George or no John has defined this in the past. This is all defined as the best practices used within the organization. Okay, hope you understand what is a test case name and test case template. Now, what's the test case description? What this is talking about, right? What is this test case one is talking? It's telling that, yes, this is the main application. This is the home page in which the visitors link we are testing. Correct? We are testing the visitor links. Now, what is that link? If I click on this, what should happen? The visitor link functionality. What is that test case? It's saying that verify all the visitor link functionality in the home page. Right? Once you click on the visitors link, whatever is the landing page, we are testing it. So description is just very simple. Verify all the visitor links functionality in the home page. All right. Now these are all the step one, step two, step three. So what are the histories available on the home page? What are things? This is a step one, step two here. Mention the URL. This is the test data, right? This is test data, very, very important. Test data, example, if you're testing a username and password on the page, what would be your test data? Username value and the password value. That should be mentioned here. What test data have you used? This is very, very important. As a tester, you should understand what is test data. Test data is something which is used to test your application. As the name suggests, it is the test data. It means that is not the actual data. That is the data which is used for the testing purpose. Okay. Now this is the step description. Now to reach this particular visitor's thing, what are the descriptions steps that are involved? Okay. Now see here, these are all on the visitor page. These are all things are available. Personal banking, corporate banking, international banking, blah blah blah. Everything is available. And this is all once you start writing, right? Once you start writing, again you need to have good hands-on to write the test cases. It looks very very simple, but you should be experienced in writing the test cases. The the way you write the test cases that shows how much experience you are. Okay, so make sure that you show at most professionalism while writing the test case. And this is not just a test case. This is the showcase of your work to the management. This is the showcase of the work to the customer. This will be given to the customer as a part of a deliverable. We say that, hey, customer, we have written so many test cases. See, so this is the proof that we have tested the application. This is a proof that when we checked expected versus actual, we found this many failed test cases. Then we have raised the defect for all the failed test cases. Then the developer has fixed it. So this is the proof to the customer that there is a team exists in the organization, testing team. There is a resource who was working on it. He has written the test cases. He has assigned the test cases for review. He has executed the test cases. While executing, he found that many are passed, few are failed. Whatever has been failed, there is a defect assigned to each failure of the test case. Each defect is assigned to the developer. Then the developer is being followed up on the test case. Till the test case is closed, we are followed with the developer, right? Hope you're clear with it. Now, coming back to the expected results, right? Now, every step that you're writing, enter the URL and click and go. Example, he has written this description. So, what is the expected outputs? Whatever you're writing, right? This might be anything. This might be anything. What you expect if this step is performed is the expected result. Right? For example, here, if I write, enter the URL, click on submit. Obviously, the expected result is the landing page or the home page. Right? Now, what is the actual? Don't don't write just blindly. Whatever action is performed here, in the reality, if it is showing this step, then write that the system displays home page of the bank correctly or the home page successfully displayed. If this both are not matching expected and actual, then your status will be pass. If both are not matching, then the test case is failed. Very, very, very important. You have to first write all the test cases like this. Then once the test cases you write, you will assign for the review. Once the review is complete, if you remember, we have discussed in the software development life cycle, right? The testing phase. Till the build is released, the tester will write the test cases. The review will be completing. Once the test cases are ready, once the build is ready, once you receive an URL, then you will execute the test cases on the release application, release the build, release the URL. Then you'll see whether if I perform this step, is it displaying the expected results actually? If it is not displaying, then you write the description here, then you will fail the test case accordingly. Right? Now, this is writing the test case is looks very, very simple, but you actually, when you start writing it, you will face actual heat of the writing the test case. But trust me, once you write one or two test cases, it is a cakewalk for you, right? So from today onwards, what I'll do is I'll assign few the modules and applications. Example, I might assign inside the Amazon application, I might tell someone to write about some feature. Or inside the IRCTC, I might assign someone to write a particular feature. You should be able to write using this template all the test cases, right? So this hands-on practice will give you very, very confidence in testing an application. Okay, so what is the first documentation that you learned today is the test case template. Correct? This is how you're going to write the test cases in the real time. Any confusion or any doubt, obviously how to write is something you will start writing it. Any doubt on these fields? What needs to be written? What is this template? What is uh, the module name is talking about? Any doubts?
No, it's clear.
No,
No.
no.
Okay, glad that you don't have doubt. Now, test case, remember this, test case is your job to write, right? You have to write the test case. You have to write the test case. Now, my next question, okay, we understood this. Now, my next question, right, now, how are we, how are we sure that all requirements are covered? Respective dev and QA. Can someone tell me right? We have functional requirement document, correct? Wherever all requirements are listed, it is listed in the FRS document. Do you agree?
Yes, Vinod.
Yes, we know.
Yes. Yes, Vinod.
Yes.
Vinod.
Right? All the functional requirements are listed in the FRS document. Now tell me, I'm asking you a question. As a tester, you tell me, right, how all these requirements are tested. How can you guarantee me? I'm asking you. Okay, I'm a manager and you are a QA. I'm asking you, hey QA, tell me there are 10 requirements in the FRS document. How many? 10
10.
requirements in FRS. Okay, how are
And
you?
requirement.
How are you? How will you make sure that all the 10 requirements are tested? Can someone tell me?
Based on the FRS document.
No, FRS is there. FRS is there. I'm asking you. That's the question. In FRS, there are 10 requirements. Okay. Now,
Mapping the test
all the
cases with the
10.
We'll write test cases for all the requirements, right?
we have to map.
Yes, we
And
write all 10 test cases on that
Okay, who
10.
wants to talk first? Who wants to talk first? Okay, who wants to talk first? Please raise a hand. Who wants to talk first? Nobody wants to talk. Okay, Archana, go ahead, Archana.
Vinod, we write all 10 test cases on that 10 requirements and test all that test cases.
Okay, great. That's the good one. Thanks, Archana. Others?
We need to map the test cases with the requirement document in order to make sure we meet all the functional requirements.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
With
that's
all the
correct. Even Archana said the same thing. Yeah,
all the
that's
test
the
cases are
one.
passed, or if all the test cases are passed, then we'll satisfy the
Hmm.
forest requirement
Okay.
documentation.
Kavita. Okay, great. Thanks, Kavita. Others? Someone wants to see right or wrong? Come on, guys. It is an open forum. You can answer.
Test scenarios.
Okay. So what is test scenarios?
Yes.
Yeah, complete the sentence. Complete the sentence. You only said the test scenarios. What is that?
I don't know how to write test scenarios, but
Okay.
test scenarios maybe we prepared based on functional requirements. Next, we prepared text cases. Is it right?
Okay. Super. Okay. So I don't say it is right or wrong, but I always appreciate coming up with your answers. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's a good try. So let me. Now, now here, this is another important interview question. Okay. So as a tester, as a manager, as a lead, or whoever is working in the entire project, for them, this document is very important document. Something called as requirement traceability matrix. It's called as RTM. Can everyone please repeat this name? Requirement traceability
Traceability
matrix.
matrix. Requirement traceability matrix.
Requirement
Requirement traceability
traceability matrix.
matrix.
What is the right? What is the shortcut name?
RTM.
RTM. RTM. RTM. Okay. Very important document. The name itself says requirement, right? Traceability. What do you mean by traceability? It will it will trace. Give me 1 minute. It will trace the requirement, right? It will trace the requirement. Now, what was my first question? What is the first question? How the requirements we make sure as a tester, how the requirements are perfectly tested, right? Now, tells us, this document tells us whether all the requirements are covered. This document tells us how all the requirements are covered. Now, now, now let me share you the template once. Let me share the screen. Okay, open the document. 1 minute. First, let me share one simple one, then you will understand. Okay, let me know what you see on the screen.
Presentation.
RTM job annual presentation.
Yes, absolutely. Now, RTM is the document which is a document which tracks or which trace whether all the requirements are properly tested. What do you mean by tested? It means for each requirement there might be 1 to hundreds of test cases. Depends on the requirement. There might be only one test case. There might be n number of test cases. Now, what you see on the screen is the manual test case requirement document. Now imagine in our project there are 5 requirements. Requirement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you see the requirement description. Each requirement has a description. Now you have to write in the manual test case ID how many test cases that you have written for each requirement ID. Again, the manual test case column, right? You have to write how many test cases that you have written for each requirement ID. In our case, there is only one test case. Example I have written. Now, there will be one more column next to manual test case ID. Any defects identified in the test case 001. Zero defects, no problem. One defect, the next column will have the defect ID number. You remember, you have a defect ID for each defect, right? So in the third column, you will write the defect ID number. So again, I'll repeat. The first row is the requirement ID. Second one is the requirement description. Third one, how many test cases you have written, you will write the test cases numbers. The fourth column will be the defects identified in that requirement ID. Example, 3 or 4 defects. Fifth column will have the defect IDs. Correct? Now, very important. Please be mindful. In the interview, people will ask, have you prepared any requirement traceability matrix, RTM? You have to be very, very smart enough. If you are going for a 5 years or above experience, you should tell, yes, I have prepared this requirement traceability matrix document. If you are only going for a 2 years or 3 years plus 3 years around, just say that I never prepared RTM, but yes, I followed the RTM document while testing the application. Now, people will ask the next question, what is RTM? Right? Now, you should tell RTM is a document which will which will tell us whether all the requirements are tested properly. All the requirements are properly covered in our testing. Now, RTM is of two ways. One, forward requirement traceability matrix. Second, backward requirement traceability matrix. Okay. Now, go back to, let's go back to one Excel. Okay. It just might confuse you. Let me Excel. Okay. What is the first one? Requirement ID. Right? Right. What is the second one? Can someone quickly try? Requirement description.
Description.
Correct. What is the third one?
Test case
And
number.
test case ID. Correct. Yeah, test case ID. Fourth one, defects
Defects.
identified.
Yeah.
Right. Defects side. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Defect identified. Defect IDs. Okay. This is RQ. Zero one. Imagine some description. And here we have this case 001. Right. And we have written something like this. Case 2. This case 3. Okay. And how many defects identified? Let's say 3 test cases failed. And how many? Now we have DUG underscore 001. Bug underscore 2. Bug underscore 3. Right? Because we have
Vin-
3 bugs, right?
Vinod, we are able to screen that RTM manual only.
RTM manual only.
Oh, sorry. Let me put follow. Sorry. Yeah. Can you see here? I prepared a
Yes, now we are able to see the
beautiful
Excel.
Excel sheet.
Now we are able
for
to
you.
see Excel.
It's beautiful or not? No?
Yes.
Okay. You're able to see.
No.
Okay. Now I have prepared one sample RTM. Okay. Now for this requirement is a description. Now, for this requirement, tester has written 3 test cases, out of which 3 defects we have identified. These are the 3 defect IDs. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Any confusion here? Are we clear so far?
Yes, Vinod.
Yes, we know.
Yes, clear so far, right? Okay. Now, how are we making sure that all the requirements are tested thoroughly? Means, example, let's go see only. Now there are 3 requirements, right? Now how are we making sure that our application is tested? FRS contains how many requirements? 3 requirements, correct? Now, all the 3 requirements are listed here. Yes. For each requirement, I have a description. Tester has written the test cases. He has written, let's say 2 here. There's 1 here. Let's remove 1 bug. Here, let's remove. Right now, requirement 1, description, 3 test cases written. Out of 3 executed, we identified 3 defects. One is defect IDs are 1, 2, 3. Vice versa, 3 requirements are covered in testing. All three here in the FRS? Yes? Yes or no? The FRS contains three requirements. My RTM contains all three requirements. Yes? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
Vinod.
sir.
Yes, Vinod.
I don't know why are you responding very slow? Please make sure you're responding fast. Okay. FRS document contains three requirements. What is the guarantee that three requirements are tested? This is the proof. Correct? Because we have tested, we have identified three defects. These are the proof that we have tested. Correct? So he
Vinod, why you
guarantee
write
that. Oh,
can I talk, Vinod?
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
In third column, you write RTM manual test case ID. Why you write these test case underscore 001, test case underscore 002, test case underscore 003? Why you add
These are
three?
coming from this one, right?
Every
See,
requirement, there are three test cases.
sorry, can you come again? A question I did not get it.
Uh, every requirement, there are three test cases. Huh?
Just
It's
give
just
an
an
example.
example.
This is an example.
Okay.
There might be hundreds of test cases. There might be
Okay.
hundreds of test cases. Just given an example. Okay. See, this is from where this data is coming from the test case. This one.
Yes,
Correct? So you
yes.
have to write it here. So this is the proof that a tester has written a test cases on each requirement.
Okay, Vinod.
Correct?
Okay.
Right? Now, why only three you're writing? Because FRS contain only three requirements. If requirement contains five, you have to write it for five requirements here. Correct? Now,
Okay.
now
Correct.
as a manager or a lead, what is he checking? Oh, there is requirement one. There is a description. There are three test cases written. There are three defects identified. These are the three bugs, right? And vice versa. You manager checking from where these three bugs have come. Oh, there are three identified here. But from which test cases these three bugs are identified? Oh, these are the test case ID. From where these test cases are coming? Oh, from the requirement one. So the first process was moving from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forward. The second process we were moving from backward. So that is why we call that as a forward RTM and the backward RTM. Okay. Now, what is forward and backward RTM? Forward is something we are checking for this requirement. Are there any test cases written? If it is written, how many defects identified? If defects identified, are there any bugs associated here? Yes. But if I'm checking how many bugs are there in each requirement, there are one bug. From where these bugs are coming? Oh, from this test cases. For which requirement they have written the test cases? Oh, requirement 3. So by doing the forward RTM and backward RTM validation, it is very much acceptable that the test coverage of all the requirement mentioned in the FRS is 100%. Do you agree on this?
Yes.
Document we have covered, which we have covered requirements, RTM document. All right. Coming back to a question, which are we sure that all the requirements are covered with the help of RTM document? Sorry, who prepares this RTM? Maybe a lead or above. Okay. But as a tester, you follow? Yes. Okay. Now today you have learned. Till today you have learned How many types of documentation? One, test case,
Tem-
template, or whatever language. Second, RTM. Third, defect report.
Yes.
Correct? Yesterday you have downloaded the defect report, right? Correct?
Yes.
So this will be,
Yes.
we will be keep on adding, new documentation to your learning. If you go for an interview, make a note in your notebook, prepare some notes at high level, write types of documentation that you prepare, types of documentation that you follow. Now, two things, types of documents you prepare, types of documents you follow. Now, till today, you have only learned three documents, right? Right? Testers prepare. Testers follow. Now, can we differentiate now? The testers prepare test cases, correct? But testers
Yes.
follow. Testers follow. So far, what you have done is a RTM, right? Now,
Art.
testers testers prepare bug report, correct? But testers follow FRS document, correct? No, depends on the experience. This might change. You might prepare RTM if you are 5+ experience, 8+ experience. You will prepare FRS document. You are playing a role of BA, or you are only person in the project. You are performing a BA role, tester role. Okay, but if you less experience, you should not tell in the interview, I prepare RTM, boss. You ask me anything, then interview will be disaster. Please make sure you do not open your mouth unnecessarily. Don't commit anything in the interview. I prepare everything. I prepare this. Go with the proper plan, right? When you show a less experience, stick to less documentation. The more experience you show, people will expect you prepare more documentation. Slowly, we will also learn what kind of documentation we prepare further. But today, as of Valentine's Day, February 14th, we only know what is the test cases, how to prepare, what is the bug report, how to prepare, who prepared the test cases, who prepared the bug report. Today, we understand what RTM stands for, who prepares the RTM, what is the use of an RTM, what is an FRS document, who prepares an FRS document, right? Any confusion so far?
No.
No confusion so far? Okay, good. Today, I will please look at your WhatsApp messages. Today, I will assign, I'll share the template also, test case template in few minutes. You will start writing the test cases. And guys, I'll tell you 2 to 3 points. Okay, please bear in mind. You are chosen this role as a tester. It might be a developer or anything, right? By default, you agree to deliver whatever has been assigned to you. In the real world, right? If someone, your test lead or manager gives you a task, and let's say you have to execute hundreds of test cases, and time is at 4 o'clock in the evening, and your manager says that, hey, tester, regression testing, execute these hundreds of test cases, male or a female, boy or a girl, right? They have to do this job. 4 o'clock, you can't tell 6 o'clock, I'm leaving the organization. I have to pick up my daughter, or I have to pick up my this, I have to pick up that, I have to go there, go here. I have some personal commitment. You cannot tell those reasons. So by default, you are committed to deliver it. So please prepare that habit. If I'm asking you something to do it, irrespective of you are working, not working, everything, you don't sleep early or you wake up till late or wake up early morning, complete the task, that will actually give you a habit of sticking to the timelines. Timelines are very, very important in software world. If a manager is assigning your work, you have to deliver it without any fail. Then otherwise you will be hit on the performance. If you don't deliver, it will be a problem. You should message or convey, hey manager, is it possible to deliver tomorrow morning? Because this might take some time. You cannot keep quiet looking at the WhatsApp messages, not responding to me. It is fine. Today you will not be penalized. Today nothing will be affected. But in real time, every work assigned will be tracked. You cannot just skip the work. You have committed to it. You have joined this session. It means you are committed to learning. You have picked up this testing role. You have committed to delivery. Delivery is more important. If you don't deliver, your your manager will not be able to deliver to the customer. If that is not happening, the project will end up in a failure. So starting from the smaller one now, if something is assigned to you, complete the work irrespective of any personal commitment that you have, official commitments you have. You agree to learn this course irrespective of your personal commitments. Then let's work hard to complete the task that is assigned. We agree if you have completely blocked, but plan your activities. If you're not able to complete today, try to wake up early morning. Give your manager that yes, this person can deliver things irrespective of his personal commitment. That trust you have to deliver, you have to make up with your manager in any organization that you join. That comes slowly how you deliver things. That is more important. Starting with your test case preparation, that is your primary job. If I'm assigning you a task, right? I'm telling you to create a bug report. I'm telling you to create 5 defects. Why I'm telling you all these things to do? Why I'm following up with you on the WhatsApp? This will give you a real-time experience. This will give a real-time practice. If I don't follow up, you will end up doing things at whatever time you want. That is not the real-time practice. Okay? Right. I'll not take much time. I'll give you guys now. I'll send out a test case template. I'll assign individually what you need to do. You plan your work for today. You deliver it at any cost. If someone is not able to deliver, let me know by when can you deliver. That is the very good habit of a tester or a resource working in the project. Okay. All right. I if you don't have any questions, we can stop the session and continue. And very importantly, as I messaged you on 23rd February,